All right, record. We're recording. What's up, Alexis?
What's up?
How you
Hey,
doing?
Alexis.
Good. Did you get that DJ trade last night?
Who, me or
Yeah.
Marco? Oh, I didn't take no trade last night.
No. I took
Nah.
like one, but I got out like probably like 20 pips in profit.
Oh, really?
Retrace back, yeah. On
Really?
that fib that I'm talking about, I took that fib too. It was like a 5 minute fib setup.
Mm.
And then it was like 20 pips and then started to reject. But that was my thing. I've been having trouble with like the wicks.
You said the wicks?
Yeah, like so for the wicks on would you like look at the wicks from the higher time frame to determine the direction of the trend?
Um. So I'm always looking at at the hour time frame.
Mhm.
At the least. Anytime I go below the hour time frame, like 15, for example, is literally just for entries. But Marco, are you still there?
Yep, I'm here.
All right. So Alexis, he Marco wanted to know like exactly where he should be starting his fibs and
Mhm.
ending. Are you like pretty good with starting your fibs and stuff, or
Yeah,
you
I've been trying to incorporate like the fib just a little bit more because like you use the fib, so I'm trying to understand, but I don't really understand like the levels wise, like on because I changed my settings to be yours, but I know like you have like different entry points, so that's why I was confused. Remember how I asked you like, oh well, where did you enter that one night?
mm-hmm.
And like where it was, but also too like how you set it up on a higher time frame or a lower time frame. So yeah.
Okay, for sure. Well, all right. Well, to start for Marco,
Yep.
so basically, when I'm drawing fibs, right? My main fib. Well, let me start here. So my main fib has been this daily fib right here for like the past 3 weeks, right?
Okay.
But and I'm always looking at the higher time frame fibs for like stronger moves.
Right.
But as far as starting fibs, right? So if this is your market structure, right? If you're in an uptrend, right? This is normally how it would look. So what you want to do is this is technically your swing low, right? So you would start here and you would just drag it to this high right here, and pretty much what would happen, obviously this isn't like the exact way it would look, but you're gonna get a pullback, right, say to this point 0.5 area, how it is here, and then the trade is gonna play out, right? So now what I would do, all you're gonna do is literally just drag this zero up to the next what is this, higher high, right? To the next higher high. So the next time it goes up and retraces, just drag the zero up. And then you'll have a move like, for instance, right here is a 0.236, right?
Right.
And so on and so forth. It keeps going up, keep dragging it up, right? And the only time that is gonna become invalid is, say, fucking it just starts. This doesn't make it invalid, right? Just because it's going down. But once it breaks this one area, that's where I'm like, okay, now the fib is invalid, right?
Okay.
So how that looks on this daily time frame that I've had for like literally weeks now. So we were in this range right here, right? Boom. So we were stuck in this range for I don't know how long. So from February to March, almost like a year actually. That's crazy. So
Hmm.
we were stuck in this range, right, on the daily, and then out of nowhere in February we had this major push up, right? That broke
Yep.
this resistance right here. So what I did is I started my fib here, right? I let it, go up. Obviously, this took time, but
Right.
I let it go up, and let's say can y'all see pretty good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Here, let me actually go in replay mode so it makes a little more sense.
Hey, Chris, do you normally do this on the 1 hour, or do you always stick to the daily with placing your fibs?
So basically, hold on, let me get out of replay. So
Sure.
this daily fib right here is my main my main fib. This is like if price comes down to the 38 or point 0.5, that's where I know like I have the strongest, like these are the strongest levels. Like
Okay.
keep in mind the lower time frame you go, like the weaker the candles are, so to speak.
Yeah.
So like for instance, on this daily, this whole fib has been holding since uh what, like March or May, something like that.
Yeah.
But if I went to the 15-minute, right, you have you literally have all these so many little market structures going on, right?
Yeah.
To the point where it can confuse you, which is why Alexis, I was kind of telling you like try to get your like structure on the higher time frame, and lowest go to the 15-minute for like your entry. Cause right here, if let me delete this fib. I'm gonna show y'all what I looked at last night. Let me
Okay.
delete this fib. So like on the 15, right? So what I just showed you, you see how like the price is just so fucking erratic, right? And this is why I stopped using fibs a long time ago. I had stopped for a period because I was a scalper, right? And I would use the 15 and use the fibs, and I'm just like, I win
Yeah.
some and then I get like fucking slaughtered all the time, right?
Yeah.
But once I started using like higher time frames as like a point of reference, then it's like, okay, now I'm catching 30, 40, 50 pips, like, crazy. You know what I mean? So, um, does does that make you like understand a little bit more of where to start your fibs?
Yep. Yep. It definitely makes sense when you mentioned, just dragging it up on that daily time frame. So
Yeah,
that makes sense. I guess just what's running through my head right now, just trying to figure out how do you pair that up with the market structure that you draw out, and then your your entry on the 15-minute. Like, what would you look at in, in correlation with the with the Fed?
oh, okay. So let me so like I said, this daily fib is gonna be my point of reference. So on my Sunday analysis, this is pretty much like how I'm looking at the week ahead, right? I
Yeah.
don't go back to this daily at any point during the week. I just know where these levels are, and if it gets to that area, that's where I'm shooting to kill for the entry. But if I go down to the 4 or the hour, right?
Yeah.
This is mainly where I'm gonna so you see right here, this blue level is the point 38, and then the green is the point
Mm.
2 3. You know what it is,
Yep.
like on the daily. So for instance, let me find that move from last night or this week. So what is it, the 17th? And I wasn't really on the charts Sunday, Monday, because I got like a cold or some shit, but I'm doing better now. But uh okay, so boom, let's go right here. Uh so we were in this little downtrend, right?
Yep.
Right. And I knew, hold on, let me go out of here. I think I moved this fib. Yeah, I actually moved this fib. That's why that makes sense. All right. So all right, now that's better. So on the hour time frame, right? I was actually waiting to call this trade for you guys. So I saw this downtrend happening, right? On the hour time frame. And if you look right here, what do you see? That's the point 0.5
Right.
area on the daily fib. But what happened is it just rejected at this little support right here. And you know, we got this rejection here, and then we got this super bullish ass candle right here, right? So boom, what happened? I drew a fib from here up here, and we were creating support on this 0.382. If I come to the 15-minute, I actually missed this move. I don't know if I was asleep. Yeah, so this was during London, but I pretty much knew how this was gonna play out, right? So I noticed we broke structure on the 15-minute, meaning we never made another low, right? So this is where I wanted to start my fit. And we came to the 0.382, created support, kind of how I was talking about last night. And then shot up, right? So boom, let me delete that real quick. Where was it that? Give me 1 second. Right here. And then I'm trying to find where we were last night. Cause I know we came right here, and then is this where we were? Cause we were creating support on this 0.236.
It was right there.
Yeah, okay. So boom. So I started the fib right here, right? Because if you go back to the hour, right, this is where another low was made, right? So I was telling you you could drag it from here. I could have dragged it from here, or I could start it at the next like structure point, basically. So same thing for let me delete this. Same thing for this area. Like I could start my fib here, right? At this next little low right here, because we made a high, now we're making a low. If I draw a fib from here, right, to this high right here, you can see what's going on here too. We're like rejecting this golden zone, which is confirmation for another buy. But I'm probably just gonna drag this up. And as you can see, it's doing the same thing. It's just rejecting this 0.236, if that makes sense. And basically, if you get support on a 382 or the 0.236, all that means is just literally like continuation, right? But let's go back to where I was last night. So, and any questions? Because I feel like I'm kind of like rambling a little bit.
I just had a quick question. When you, and it's kind of a stupid question.
No,
When
it's
you,
no stupid questions, bro.
okay,
Yeah.
when you drag it up, are you to that next like lower low, um, or is it, and this is higher high? Are you starting it at the one, or are you like, are you taking out, like, let's say that one line, are you dragging it up to the next higher high, or
This
what
one
you?
right here.
Mhm.
Okay, so pretty much me, I'm gonna leave it right here because that's where the market kind of reversed, right?
Right.
So boom, this is pretty much where the market broke out of this little downtrend. And I'm gonna keep my one there for now at least. And then me personally, I'm just gonna keep dragging it up. That's just, how I do
Okay.
it.
Okay.
But I think to answer your question, would I move this one up? You could, right? You could definitely move it up to this next um higher low right here,
All right.
and you could still get the same play. Like literally it's rejecting this 0.5. That's where we know to take a buy, right? In the
Right.
button zone. But it's really up to the trader. Like I said, I'm more so not a swing trader, but like for instance, if it came down to this 3-8 area, I know it's gonna be kind of stronger because if we go on the 4 hour, right, it makes a little more sense on the higher time frame to keep the one right here instead of if I go and put my one right here and I go to the 4 hour, it wasn't a complete like low wasn't made on the 4 hour, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. So on the hour, I'm basically leaving it here because it's in confluence with the 4 hour. Like, and I know if we come back and do a pullback on this 4 hour, it's like a stronger confirmation, right? So
Right.
even at what we're looking at right now, if we were to pull back all the way down to this 0.5 area, which is normally where I want to take a trade anyway, I would have more than enough confirmation. Why? Because number one, we have a 0.5 golden zone. Number two, we have a quarter point right here of 162, right? You see that?
Yep.
And also on the daily, if you see this blue line, that's a point 0.382. So that's all the confluences you need, and like these levels are so strong because they're on a higher time frame, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But and that's why you get such these strong pushes. Like the other night, like this move right here was like what 150 fucking pips. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then even here, from last night when I was saying like, do y'all see what I see? We were literally creating support on a 0.236 area. Also, I don't know if y'all can see, but this is a quarter point as well, 162.25. Again, just more confluences to push to the upside. And right now, it's even doing the same thing. Like it's rejecting this 236, which tells me, and we're at a quarter point. Can y'all see the quarter point, or is the thing in the way?
I can see him.
I can see it.
Okay, yeah. So right here, we're at a quarter point of 163. We're rejecting this 236. So that's telling me we're more than likely going to continue to the upside. But even if we didn't, right, you have to be okay with losing, because we could even come down to this 382 area, right? And then shoot up. Or 0.5, which is where we really want it. Like this is where I would really be gung-ho about the trade, and then shoot up. But that's the point of like managing your risk. And Marco, you had asked me like, that if I see mad setups today, why I don't take them. Well, that's kind of why, because like, I just, it's patience,
Yeah.
like really all of this shit here. Hold on, where's my right here? So we got a rejection here at this quarter point. We got a rejection here, rejection here. Like these are all entries I could have been very impulsive about and just took them. And of course you can make money. Like what is that, 25 pips each time? Because my main support and resistance levels are these quarter points. Like these major quarter points, 163, 162, 161. So anytime price is at these levels, like I'm looking for that next, like, you know what I mean? That next trade. Like, am I going to sell or buy? So even today, these are all potential trades. But for me, it's more so just being patient. Like it's nothing like if we got a retrace and it comes to this area and I'm super fucking confident about the trade. You know what I mean?
So are you normally waiting till it gets to that golden zone area to take your trades?
Well, all right. So that's a good question. Let me delete this real quick. So I'm not, so basically all I'm looking for, is support to be made. Right? Sorry.
Yeah.
So last night we were in this area and we weren't breaking through this area at all. Like even if you come up a little bit, you could draw your support wherever. I'm mainly looking at these quarter points.
Okay.
But we weren't breaking through at all. And then I also noticed the, 0.236. Now, if we were to start melting, I'm literally just waiting for support to be made at each quarter point. Now, there may be times where I'm super fucking aggressive. Like as soon as the trade touches this 0.5, I'll take a buy or something. But it's just depending on how I'm feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there has been times where I've been super aggressive and like waited for that 0.5 and got fucking clapped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Yeah, it's really like it's all mental. You know what I mean? Like it's really up to you on the areas you want to wait for. You may be a super fucking patient trader and only take point 0.5 entries. You know what I mean? But my thing is, me personally, I don't like taking a million trades. I
Right.
don't like
Agree.
three trades a week. Alexis, you may have noticed in the past couple of weeks, like I'll call it 2 or 3 trades a week because it's just like, when you're getting 40, 50 pips off one trade, why give it a chance to fucking lose all of it, you know?
Yeah, I was having some. I didn't even know a lot about the fibs. Like, I try to incorporate them into my trading because, like, I've been getting hella FOMO.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said, like, last night I took on Asian session and New York. I mean, not New York, but London. I
Mm-hmm.
was up on DJ, but last night I took some Asian session on CAD JPY, but it was going bearish, and I thought it was bullish. But that's because I didn't realize, like you said, like the higher time frame wicks, they were going to the
Yep.
upside. Obviously, that indicated going, it was gonna it was gonna fall eventually. But one thing I've been struggling with too is waiting for session because, like, certain people open like, I mean, they trade like the hour before session or whatever. But I
Mm-hmm.
realized, like, I like to scout, but I don't. I like to at least try to hold a runner. So I've been just
Yeah.
trying to figure to wait for session or to just like, how do you know? How do you like do it?
Yeah, I'm telling you, like I used to be just like that. Like I stayed on the 15 minute, I'll go down to the 5 minute. Like the hour used to be the max I would go up. But then it's like this whole thing tells you a story. Like the weekly time frame, like this is the real shit that's going on. You know what I mean? Like even if I come here, right? You see all this going on right here. Like we're dropping like shit, like 600 fucking pips, right? On the
Mm-hmm.
4 hour. But if I go to the weekly, like, bro, we're still in an uptrend. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
the lower you go, the more like bullshit it feeds to you. You know what I mean? So that's why I like, you know, I just start on the higher time frame just to
Do you
give me a overall direction of where we're going.
use the 5 minute or the 1 minute at all?
Oh, 1 minute, hell no. Nah, the lowest I'll go is like 15, honestly.
Yeah, I think I need to change that because I've been like doing better with my trades. Now that I have like actual money in there, like I'm actually like being like good with my money, and I'm almost at like $100 more. But I think what it is like you were saying, I take my trades at the 5 minute, but that's because like there's hella FOMO. But like lately, I've been using the 15 minute, and I've been understanding it more than like the 5 minute.
Yeah. See, and then shit, you see what you just said. You understand more on the 15 more than the 5. Now try moving up. Try
Yeah.
moving up to fucking 30, then the hour, then 2 hours. Like it's only gonna make more sense. And the more sense it makes, the more fucking money you're gonna make. You know what I mean? The more pips you're gonna catch. Like look at this weekly time frame right here. Like this is why I'm super bullish. Look, we got a low here, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and we got a rejection of this point 0.5 fib right here. So our next target is to break this right here. And hold on, I can't see the price because the camera's in the way. But yeah, like look at all this fucking room we have to clear right here. You know what I mean? Like that's why I don't know if I've called a sell yet. I may have called a sell, but I'm super bullish on GG. You know? And even if we drop a little bit, like cool, come to one of these fucking points right here. Come to the 38. Like, you know what I mean? That's all just confirmation of what's going on.
So you do the weekly like videos? Do you start on the weekly and that's the only time you look at the weekly, or do you still incorporate the weekly in your trading every day?
Yeah, so I really start on the daily. Um, just to really just see a little bit or more of what's going on. Because if I go to the weekly, it's really just the same shit. Like each candle is a week, but it's still all in the same fit.
Mm-hmm.
But to answer your question, like yes, literally Sunday when I do the analysis, this is the only time I look at the daily or weekly. but it has to make sense. You know what I mean? But it's made sense for the past fucking 6 months. I haven't had to change this fib at all because we still haven't broken this high up here of 168 area.
So does that help you take trends when you have the fib on a higher time frame?
You said what?
Like, does that help you take like counter trends? Because you see how it looks like it's falling. So would you have taken some of those sells even though you're still bullish overall?
Personally, no. I rarely take counter trends just cause like I hate losing, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I fucking hate losing. So I don't know. Like I've taken a couple, I'm not gonna lie, I've taken a couple sells. A few weeks ago, I caught a big ass sell when I went to the beach. I believe it was right here. I caught like fucking 300 pips on this sell right here. Only because we had like this break and retest of this quarter point, and I caught all of this shit right here. But that is very rare that I'll do that. Like if I know we're in an uptrend on a higher time frame, my main thing is looking for buys because the sales are so like short term. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like I don't know, like the buys just are more frequent, I guess.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
Yeah, so
What are and the quarter point? What's the difference of the two numbers?
so for the quarter points,
Mm.
on GJ specifically, just I mean, this is like 162, 163, 161, 160. I feel like everyone should at least mark those so they're kind of in your hindsight, you know, even if you're not really paying attention to it. But and then you're just gonna go up by 25 pips. And this is for any pair you trade. I'm not gonna say this works on every single pair because I literally only trade GJ, but I do know quarter points are a super factor in trading, period. But it's not really taught like that. You know what I mean? Like we get caught up on creating supports when you know really the support is being made at this quarter point. So I really don't even have to draw it.
Answer all that. Is it an indicator or do you go literally by 25 pips?
Oh, I did all this myself.
Oh, you're crazy.
Yeah, I literally. But that's what you gotta do. Like I literally sat here and marked all this shit up, like every 25 pips, you know, and go and back test that shit, and you know you're good
That
to go.
sense. Like I didn't know much about fibs, but like I was on a stream last night and they were talking about fibs, but I didn't really understand it. But now like it all makes sense, especially like the daily fib and the levels and everything. It makes sense now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, start higher, just like zoom out, see the bigger picture first, and then you know let that shit come to you. Like even here, we had this big ass drop, right? How many pips is that? We had a 200 pip drop. Then you got a rejection right here, right? And then what happened? You got this bullish ass candle. But on the hour, you don't really know you can't really see what's going on. But if you have the daily mark, you see this blue line is the 0.386 area on that fib. And it makes more sense as the Y is rejecting so damn hard and shooting up 80 fucking pips. You know what I mean?
What time frame do you mark everything else up on?
What do you mean?
Like the quarter points and everything, does it matter what time frame?
Oh no. Oh shit, we got 10 minutes. No, it doesn't matter. Just, you know, I keep it relative to where price is. So before price even got up here, I had all of these marked. And then when price started shooting up here, that's when I started marking all of these quarter points. But yeah, it's really up to you. Like if you didn't have any quarter points on your chart right now, I would go to the 4 hour maybe, right? And here you got this little support here, right? You got resistance up here, and I would mark everything between them until you break out of this resistance, then you can mark it up even more. But Yeah, it's really on you to just take that time to go do it. Or if you know if you feel like you're good enough, you don't have to mark it. Keep it mental. But for me, I need to physically see that shit.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
Because
I
it can
need
get
to.
hectic when you're on the charts and you just can't see everything. So that's
Yeah,
one thing I've with too, like trading on my phone versus like trading on my laptop. I realize the days I trade on my phone, I'd be losing, but the days I actually trade on my laptop and I see everything, I get in profit.
yeah. But check this out. Check this out. Even if you're on your phone, right, and you got the daily marked up,
Hmm.
you can still see like bro, when it came to this area right here on my phone, I can see that. So it's like I'm ready for buys in this area because I know we're at a daily fib,
Yeah,
and the higher the time frame, the stronger that shit is. You
and you're
know,
basing candles and everything off the higher time frame too, right? Like the engulfing and all that.
the what?
Like the if you see engulfing candle, you're not taking it off the 15 minute. You'll wait till
Oh,
like.
oh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So basically, well, like I said, for entries, you can go down to the 15. So let me try to make that make sense real quick, because I think we got like 8 minutes. Excuse me. Um, let me try to make that make sense. Um, shit. So so you could draw a fit like if you're hold on, let me go back to the hour. So this was our little bullish push up, right? Let me mark this. This was all consecutive. So let me go to the 15. So on the 15, right, you can still like mark your structure points, right?
Mhm.
For instance, you see a high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So let me delete this, right? So if I draw a fib from here to here, right, to this high right here, we had a rejection of this 0.38, and we also had a rejection of this 161 quarter point. So that
Move it
could
over.
have been an entry for you, right?
Could you move it over? Oh, never know. Never know.
You see what I'm talking about? Or
Yeah.
no?
No, yeah, I see it.
Okay, so that could have potentially been an entry for you.
Oh, so it's
Um,
just like such little fibs inside of the big overall fib to help you with directions.
yep,
Oh,
exactly, exactly. Like when I first started, I thought you just used one fib and that's it. Like,
but that
no,
I just stopped using them because I didn't understand them. I was like, it doesn't make sense. I was
trust,
losing, but
trust
now
me. Yeah, I stopped using them for a while too. And fibs get hate because a lot of people don't know how to use it. But when you do learn how to use that shit, trust me, it's worth it.
And you
But
create two fibs on for the 4 hour and 1 hour for intraday.
you could.
Okay.
So for instance, um, like I said right here, I have my one drawn here.
Yeah.
This is the 4 hours. So realistically, our low is right here, right? But I have that drawn on the hour. Let me try to make that make sense. So the low is right here, right? But on the hour, we created a higher low, right? So
Yeah.
that's why I drew the fib from here instead of down here on the hour time frame.
And you're completely. I'm sorry, I'm asking questions, man.
You're good,
That was
bro.
my last final question. But this 764 to 618, you're avoiding that zone completely. Right.
Oh no, sir. The
Okay.
618 is that's like the greatest area you can get to. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Now the 764, I'm very, very iffy about.
Okay.
Let me draw it out right here. So pretty much this golden zone is this is the money. You know what I mean? But once it breaks this 618, that's when it starts getting scary because like I said in the beginning, if Mark is going like this, right? And then we start creating lows, I'm not so much worried yet, right?
Okay.
We may reject here and shoot up, right? We may reject the 0.5 shoot up, may reject the 0.618. But once we get to this area right here, it's like, okay, we may continue up, or that shit might just break through this one and break the entire structure. You know what I mean? So does that make sense?
Yeah, and I mean, I could definitely see how it can make you very selective of the trades that
Mhm.
Yeah,
you choose.
that's
Is there a common time you see, like, each day, the way just by your experience trading GJ, that you kind of see it hits that golden zone throughout the day the
um
most, or it's just kind of sporadic?
yeah, I'm a very sporadic trader. Like I don't really trade sessions. If you
Yeah.
noticed, I call like random trades. I look for setups, but um I know pre-London, like Asian going into pre-London is when GJ likes to set up for moves during London. Like this was all what 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. This was all Asian is when it started consolidating.
Yeah, I caught that going up a 5 minute fib.
Yeah, see, that's all Asian consolidating. And then during London, where did London start? Yeah, 3, 4. That's when that shit just started pushing up and made the move, you know. But I'm trying to get better with like for you guys' sake, like trading certain sessions so we could go live and shit. But cause I'm not gonna lie, during London, it get to like 2 a.m. I'll be like, damn, I'll be laying in bed, like, bro,
It's
I want to
rough.
trade with them
Yeah.
so bad, bro. But
Uh,
yeah. But yeah, during Asian, it likes to set up. New York, obviously, you get some moves, you get a little momentum, but London is when it completes whatever move is gonna make, pretty much. So yeah.
Man, this was helpful.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. We definitely gotta do more in the future for sure. Get some live trading in too.
For
But
sure.
yeah, I think we got like fucking 3 more minutes. Oh no, we got 2 minutes. So, any more questions?
Not for me. Thank you.
No doubt, no doubt. But if anything, y'all just hit me in the chat. You
Could
know,
you put the little thing in the chat, like the increments, so I can go mark on my charts if I
yeah,
forget?
yeah, I got you. I'm gonna put this in the chat so everyone can rewatch and y'all can
Oh,
rewatch.
okay.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Thank you.
All right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
all right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.
Have a good day, guys.
All right, see y'all later.
All right. Stop.